What is fashion design anyway? By definition, fashion design is the art of applying design, aesthetics, clothing construction, and natural beauty to clothing. But before we look at what a designer does, we have to look at being a designer. What does that mean? Let's break it down. I want you to start by looking at your mindset, your belief system. What are those core beliefs, consciously or unconsciously, that represent who you are? Successful people take full responsibility for what's happening in their lives. Stop blaming other people and circumstances as to why you're not where you want to be. Take ownership, take a stand, and take action. This course is different because first you must take a stand and make a commitment to being a designer. We're starting from the inside out. Yes, we'll cover the sketching and the draping and the pattern making and all these skills, but I will take you on a transformative exploration of your creative self. I want you to take a stand, a positive view about who you are as a designer, an empowering and supportive attitude on who you are. A stand is like a positive affirmation, a powerful statement that you say to yourself, such as, I'm a great designer, or I'm a creative, successful designer, and so on. Now, be aware of one thing. Make affirmations that your subconscious mind will believe and accept. Like, the universe is full of abundance and there are opportunities all around me, and I accept those opportunities. Why is this different? Well, because the universe is full of opportunities, you see, and your subconscious mind will believe and accept that. You see, you could have a great design, but if your mind is set to failure, like, oh, nobody's going to like my designs, or nobody's going to buy my designs, I'm too old to be a designer, I'm not creative enough, and so on, I can almost guarantee you that you're not going to make it as a designer. Set your mind to success. You have to truly believe that you can do this 100%. And you have to be accountable for the results in your life. Take responsibility for what's not working and take action to change it. One more major question for you to answer. Why? Why do you want to be a designer? Or why are you a designer? There is a well-known author and motivational speaker, Simon Sinek, and he has a terrific TED Talk with over 60 million views. And he goes deep in demonstrating and integrating the reason why we do what we do. That's important because that becomes your motivation, your purpose, your reason for doing what you're doing. In this case, being a designer. That should be the motivation for getting up in the morning. Visualize the future version of yourself. If you have any type of journaling, write it all down. Integrate and incorporate this positive vision, this stand, this commitment, and make this your starting point. Where the mind goes, creativity flows. Over the years, students have asked me many questions regarding a career in fashion design. For example, here's one. What skills and qualifications should a fashion designer have? So let's go through a few of them. Creativity. You should have a sense of discovery and curiosity about new things and making things, building things. Or maybe you played dress up with your mom's clothes at a young age. Maybe you were always looking at fashion magazines, right? or watching old classic movies like Casablanca or Breakfast at Tiffany, two great classics. Maybe you were good in your art class. I was always drawing and sketching and painting, and growing up in Rome, Italy, man, I was fortunate. I was always surrounded by art. And when my mom got a new sewing machine, I started playing with it like a toy. Now, regarding movies, a few movies that I do recommend are Dior and I, Coco Before Chanel, The Great Gatsby, Valentino, The Last Emperor, and The Devil Wears Prada. Another quality for you to cultivate is commitment to success. I've already talked about this in my last videos. So no matter what, you must have a commitment to success, stamina, strength, willpower, determination. When things get tough, keep going. Like a famous basketball coach once said, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. Another important asset to develop is leadership and communication skills. You see, as a designer, you don't work alone. You don't work in a vacuum. You work with a team. Now, if you're just starting out, you don't have a team. But eventually, you'll likely have an assistant, a seamstress, a pattern maker. You deal with factories and contractors. So you must learn to delegate responsibilities, to communicate with your team what's in your imagination, right? And how to translate it into reality. You need to learn how to support your team so that your team supports you. Very important. Now, along with the creative aspects, another competence for you to build up is your business skills. Now, for some of you, this might be too early in your journey. I understand that. If you're just starting out, maybe you don't have a business yet, but it's always a good idea to set a strong business foundation and groundwork. Having great designs and ideas and not having a business structure in place or a weak one, your business will fail. Another skill to develop is being aware of new trends. Now, when it comes to trends, you can either embrace them or rebel and go against them. Either way, you have to be aware of what new trends are happening in the market, what new colors, what new fabrics, what new silhouettes, new proportions, and so on. There have been many designers who have gone against the trends, like, say, Vivienne Westwood, for example, or Betsy Johnson, and even Coco Chanel. Yep, Chanel is now a major top commercial brand, but back in the day, Coco Chanel reinvented fashion by taking away and stripping all those corsets and bustiers and petticoats that women wore back then. She was a rebel, a revolutionary, and shifted the course of fashion history. And it was Coco Chanel who said, "Fashion trends come and go, but style is timeless." So if this video resonated with you, I encourage you to enroll in the full course on Fashion Premier Academy. I'll put the link in the description below, and I will see you in class.